Movie Web, B. Alan Orange. Enough said. Bro, it's Comic Artist Pro Secrets. You're listening to Ethan Van Sciver, 25-year veteran of this comic book industry. Hey, I'm the creator of Cyberfrog, and my new comic book, Cyberfrog Blood Honey, is in its last 3 days of funding. If you haven't yet backed Cyberfrog Blood Honey and ordered your copy, well, you might want to think about doing so soon. There's a link in the description below. I'm the illustrator of Jordan B. Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. There are only 12 of them, 12 rules. Read that book. 1 million plus people have. I'm a great big Star Wars fan, so dude, handmade classics. Those are nice looking boots there. Boots are made for walking. Star Wars 9 rumors include George Lucas, Lando, Pando, lightsabers, and Rey. Who cares? B. Alan Orange here at the wheel. Listen, we've made B. Alan Orange a star, and I know he didn't mean it to happen that way. I know that B. Alan Orange, he only meant to troll Comic Artist Pro Secrets and your host, Ethan Van Sciver, and this crowd of devoted listeners. I know that's all he wanted to do. All he intended to do was troll us, but instead he became a star. And that's how most people become stars. Him and Kevin Berwick. Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer B. Orange, or do you prefer Kevin Berwick? Which one is your favorite? Everyone has a favorite. Let me know in the comments, please. Want to know how Maz Kanata actually got Luke's old blue lightsaber? No, I don't. I never want to see Maz Kanata ever again. Ever. I never want to see that thing again. I hate that animal. Whatever that thing is. Curious to find out how J.J. Abrams is working to make Star Wars 9 the best sequel since Disney bought Lucasfilm? Yeah, I am. Yeah. Well, let's see. What other sequels are there? The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi was the only sequel. Well, because, Force Awakens wasn't really a sequel. It was part one of a new trilogy. And so Last Jedi was a sequel. And so basically all you can do at this point is beat The Last Jedi. That shouldn't be hard. JJ, go get Daddy's belt. Go beat The Last Jedi. It's ridiculous. My gosh. Interested in learning more about Rey, Finn, and Poe as their story comes to its ultimate close? No, I'm not. The reason why I'm not is because there isn't anything else to learn about Rey, Finn, and Poe. There's nothing else to learn. They're not real characters. They are not real characters. They don't really exist. They are not fully thought out. They have no real backstories. They have no real personalities. They have no real agendas. They have no real desires, hopes, or dreams. They are flat, one-dimensional characters created by J.J. Abrams and Disney and the Lucasfilm Story Group of Pablo Hidalgo et al. They are garbage characters. They're just not interesting. And so anything that we learn about Rey, Finn, and Poe, it just got tacked onto them. It's not real. It doesn't come from anywhere. So no. I am looking forward to the ultimate close, though. The ultimate close will be Lucasfilm Story Group fired. Rian Johnson's trilogy not happening. Kathleen Kennedy kicked off the lot for good. That will be the ultimate close, and I think we are interested in the ultimate close. Tell me more, B. Alan Orange. Well, you've come to the right place because we've got plenty of new information as production kicks off on the next installment of the Star Wars franchise. Oh, good. I can't wait. Oh, look at this. The Deadwood movie officially greenlit. I love the Deadwood show. I didn't realize how much I liked Westerns until I started watching Deadwood on HBO. This was around 2003 or so. About 2003, 2004. Great show. Good villain. This guy right here, Ian McShane, who played the Swearingen. I based Sinestro partially on him. His demeanor, a lot of his facial expressions. Sinestro got based on Ian McShane and Hitler, the two of them together. But yeah, so it'll be great to see him. Great story. I mean, they never got to finish it. It only got into 3 seasons. It didn't end in a way that made me think that the story had ended. Apparently, it just ended in a kind of way. I'm interested in... I gotta read this. I would much rather click that link and talk about Deadwood, but right. Yeah, JJ. It's like having a kid that's like, look what I can do. Okay, all right, let me see, JJ. There hasn't been an official underpants. Underpants again. Underpants. But it's being reported that Star Wars 9 began shooting this week and already has a couple of days production under its belt. Of course, yeah. And as the final sequel in the Force Awakens trilogy gets underway, some intel is slipping through the cracks. Well, that tends to happen. That tends to happen with Lucasfilm. That was the whole problem with Solo, a Soy Wars story. All of this intel slipped through the cracks and basically killed the movie. It scared the hell out of everyone. I mean, Disney is anticipating this is going to be its first bomb. How very prescient. They knew it. They knew it back then. Oh, Alden Ehrenreich can't act. They've had to hire acting coaches to make him behave like anything resembling Han Solo. Okay, well, that's scary. I don't want to go see that movie then. Oh, we've just, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, they're getting fired. They're getting fired because Kathleen Kennedy doesn't like what they're doing, and they're being replaced at the last minute by Ron Howard. Oh, 85% of the movie done? Why do I know this? Why do I know this? Because Intel slips through the cracks. Lucasfilm is a house divided. Some people are Kennedy loyalists. They love Kathleen Kennedy. They stand by her. And some people, the rest of the people, realize that she is killing Star Wars. And those people are probably the people who are letting Intel slip through the cracks. Now, these are just rumors for now, but they come from legit sources. And as we've seen with the past two movies, these rumors usually come true. Tell me about it, B. Allen. The first bit of news with the return to a very familiar. The first bit of news deals with the return to a very familiar location. It was widely reported in early July that director J.J. Abrams would be taking his crew back to Cardington Airship Sheds in Bedfordshire, England. English have great names for their towns. Bedfordshire. Like, it makes you want to go to sleep, buy an American car, and then become a hobbit. I don't know. This location was first seen in the climatic would have to do with the weather. Climatic ending of A New Hope, and served as home base to the rebels. Oh, how about that? The Cardington Airship Sheds were once used to construct the Massasai outpost, aka Base 1, on the planet Yavin 4, and it was also seen in the more recent Rogue One. Now we may know what is being shot here for Star Wars 9. The final Force Awakens chapter will bring... Well, what? What is being shot here? Oh my God, what if it's Rian Johnson being shot here? What if they're going to shoot Rian Johnson? Is that justice? That's not justice. A firing squad is not justice. Just let him go. Trebuchet. This final Force Awakens chapter will bring Rey, Finn, and Poe together for some adventure time, which we really. Why can't I read today? Let me get my glasses on. Your Uncle Ethan is an old man. He's an old man. I need my glasses. Yeah. I only use these glasses to read and to find my way to my office in the morning. This trio will be on Yavin 4 when it's attacked. Okay, so Rey, Finn, and Poe, they're all going to be together. Oh, be still my beating heart. It's like I didn't realize they weren't together in The Last Jedi until they told me. I didn't know. I didn't realize. I just didn't care. It didn't occur to me that they weren't all together because I just didn't care. So getting them all back together again for this movie, oh, hooray. Who is going to attack Yavin 4? I don't know. Could it be George Lucas? Is it George Lucas? Is that the rumor? That would be justice. And it was also seen in the more recent Rogue One, okay? The trio will be on Yavin 4 when attacked by whom? We can only assume it's the First Order. Mike Zero, a reliable source, if ever there was one, Mike Zero, has been collecting info on the movie since it began production, and says this about a big chase scene that could see the base on Yavin destroyed for good. Mike Zero. Oh, this is Mike Zero's voice. We have been learning more about Star Wars 9 when it comes to a shoot over Cardington. Cardington Studios in the UK, to be specific. In one of the sheds for a shoot, that is to begin next week. Does that sound like Mike Zero? Kinda. This scene will feature a large green screen that will be used for a chase scene involving Finn, Poe, and Rey. Pyrotechnics will be used. You're kidding me. Along with practical effects. Oh, so it's come to this, has it? Pyrotechnics and practical effects? That's what it's come to? Many extras will be dressed as pilots and civilians. Wow. The shoot is expected to begin next week. This is said to be going on for 5 days for this specific scene. This is said to be going on for 5 days for this specific scene. Thank you, Mike Zero. It is suspected that this scene is the big attack on Yavin 4 after the Resistance returns there to plan their next attack on the First Order. But Kylo Ren and General Hux, damn them, damn their eyes, have been tipped off and carry out a full-blown assault before the rebels can get in the air. While Star Wars 9 won't be blowing up the Millennium Falcon, it's assumed that this sequel will destroy one of the more iconic locations from the franchise, leaving it a burnout husk in the galaxy's long and winding sidewalk. Well, why not? Why not? That'll be symbolic. Absolutely. They've left Star Wars a burned out husk. Why shouldn't the base at Yavin 4 be? So long, Masasi Outpost. It was nice knowing you. Apparently, Star Wars 9 will have a lot of prequel and original trilogy connections and continuity. J.J. Abrams knows a lot of fans didn't like The Last Jedi. J.J., let me tell you about The Last Jedi, pal. I'm glad that you know a lot of fans. A lot. Not just a vocal minority. A lot. Most fans didn't like The Last Jedi. Hated, curse, spit and curse when we think about The Last Jedi. And its mission to make this sequel the best one yet. It's the only one. And he's really got to knock it out of the park. Not really. In order to be a better film than The Last Jedi, just a bunt. Just a sacrifice bunt will do, honestly, to be better than The Last Jedi. The rumor is that Disney and Lucasfilm brought in George Lucas to consult on the script while they pretty much turned their back on him when The Force Awakens was first coming together. Oh, right back to George Lucas again. Right back to George Lucas. Oh, smarty pants. Oh, yeah. George, I want you to treat them like bitches. I want you, excuse my language, I want you to treat them like bitches. Excuse my language again. George, if you don't treat them like bitches, I want to know the reason why. Excuse my language again. Imagine Kathleen Kennedy calling out to him as their only hope. George Lucas stayed pretty muted as Disney began to reboot the franchise. Yeah, good. That was smart. But he did show up on the set of Rogue One, where he made a few suggestions. He then visited Ron Howard on Solo, and he even reworked the scene. I would like to know what the scene was that George Lucas recommended. Hey, Ron, I really kind of feel like after Han Solo and Chewbacca get all muddy in the trenches, what they really need to do is take a nice hot soapy shower together. And Ron Howard's like, can do. And that is, I bet you anything that was George Lucas's idea. We heard about it. We heard he had an idea, but we didn't know which idea was his. I can't imagine. Now, it's rumored that he's working alongside J.J. Abrams to make sure that they get this one perfect. It isn't known if he's on scene at the Cardington Sheds or if he just casually dropped in on the script writing sessions. Expect that official info to come out at a later date. I will. Let me mark that on my calendar. Official info to come out. Let me find the page that says later date. All right. It has already been widely reported that Star Wars 9 will begin with a huge time jump from The Last Jedi. This is in place mostly to rework the General Leia scenes that had already been planned out. Now, Finn will have a whole new outfit, and his hair will be substantially longer. Remember when he said he had to grow out his fro? He had to grow out his fro. Can't wait for that. We've heard that before. Poe will be getting a new flight suit. Oh my God, this is just stunning. But the real news here is that Rey is getting a completely new look that is unlike anything seen in Star Wars before. Hype! She's going to have a scar down the front of her face, and she's going to be wearing a garbage bag. That's what happens when people go evil in Star Wars, in recent Star Wars movies. Scar down the face, scowl. She can do the scowl. She's capable of doing a scowl. And then wearing all black, a garbage bag of some sort. This look has yet to be described. I just described it. But it should surprise fans of the series. As explained, Luke has a different look in all three original trilogy movies. Though this is different because Luke is interesting and Rey is stupid and boring. We can't wait to see it. You believe me, you're going to be disappointed, B.A. Orange. It's exactly what I said it is. Now, the most interesting new rumor to come out since shooting started is that Maz Kanata will have a pretty big role to play in the movie. What the She was barely in The Last Jedi. She was in it, though. She was in it. Relegated to a glorified cameo. Here, she will get a giant new spaceship. Oh, you son of a... That is described as a pirate ship. It has huge metallic wings that are like the sails on a pirate ship. And it is maned, garbage here, by a diverse crew of humans. Diverse. Crew of humans, droids, and aliens, which sounds like the perfect buffet for Pando Lando and his animal urges. All right, V. Alan Orange. High five. Yeah, buddy. Fist bump. Whoops, wait. Fist bump. Yeah, all right. Pando Lando and his animal urges. Mostly just for robots, though. Rey will be joining Maz on this giant ship, and it's believed that there will be a scene between Maz and Rey that finally explains where Luke's old blue lightsaber came from. The idea now is that Lando is responsible. Yeah. After the events of Return of the Jedi, he went back to Cloud City and recovered the lightsaber in a lost and found box gathered up by a couple of Ugnaughts. Are we going to see the Ugnaughts again? I want to see the Ugnaughts. He took it to Maz knowing that she'd know what to do with it. Yeah, she did know what to do with it, didn't she? Maz knows what to do with a nice, shiny metal cylinder when it comes to Lando Calrissian. She knows exactly what to do with a shiny metal cylinder. When Lando says, hey, you know where to put this? She's like, yeah, I can put that somewhere. And then she put it in a box and put it away because that's what Lando was saying for her to do. There's apparently some Lego release that has Lando hanging out in Maz's castle, which is said to help set up their relationship. Apparently Han and Lando have both known Maz for years. Well, it feels like I've known her for years too, centuries. Get her out of here. It's on this spaceship that Maz is said to help Rey repair her lightsaber. J.J. Abrams will make sense out of it all for sure. There's a lot to take in at the moment. Not really. There will be plenty more rumors coming out of the Star Wars base camp as shooting continues. How many people are they going to shoot? Got an active shooter on Star Wars. That's terrific. Great news. Yeah, B. Alan Orange, thank you so much. You did a great job. You did a terrific job giving me a 17-minute 30-second video in which you said absolutely nothing. There's nothing here. This is what MovieWeb is. He just lures us in. MovieWeb lures us in. Come into my parlor. And then we do. And what do we get? Absolutely nothing. Hey, want to follow me on Twitter? Okay, cool. I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. Talk to you there. Show your friends you support independent comics while showing the world who you back in the fight against the swarm with the brand new Cyberfrog t-shirt from Crypto Fashion and Comic Artist Pro Secret. Sizes come in small to 5XL, and take your choice of colors between navy blue, white, and black. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and order the Fandom Menace, Go Get Daddy's Belt, Tico, and Soilo t-shirts as well. Link is below in the description. You're going to look great. People love these shirts. They fit wonderfully. Thank you very much. Hello, potential Indiegogo backers. Hello, friends. My name is Ethan Van Sciver. I'm a comic book creator who worked for 20 years for Marvel and DC Comics on books like Green Lantern, Flash, Superman, Batman, and X-Men. But before that, I had a comic book called Cyberfrog. Now, Cyberfrog lasted from 1993 to 1998, and then it stopped when I went to go work for DC Comics. Now I want to tell the story of where Cyberfrog has been for the last 20 years. I want to write, pencil, ink a book called Cyberfrog Blood Honey that tells the story of gigantic alien hornets that come to Earth and conquer it, sending Cyberfrog into deep hibernation, where he emerges now in the year 2018 into a completely alternate reality, a new world where these hornets have taken over, devastated humanity, using human skin to make gigantic wasp hives, and harvesting human blood to make honey to feed their young. Very few humans still exist. But it's up to Cyberfrog to save what's left of humanity and turn back the damage that's been done by these wasps with his brother Salamandroid and his friend Heather Swain. I want you to help me do this. We're going to get colors by Kyle Ritter. He's a fantastic colorist, and he's going to make this book sing. I'd like this to be a 48-page one-shot prestige format, part 1 of 4. So I'm asking you to help me launch the very first Cyberfrog Blood Honey epic graphic novel. Are you in? Will you help me? I hope so. Let's get this frog jumping again. If you enjoyed this video and want to become part of this community, subscribe to this channel by clicking the laughing man face logo right on your screen. Ring the bell for notifications as well. You'll never miss a live chat. And stay tuned, another video by Comic Artist Pro Secrets is coming right up.